Okay, so this is going to be the part 2 response to the first response that I made. This is going to be like directly related to his part 1 and part 2. So I'm going to continue off with this part 2. So in part 2 of the video, they admitted they weren't trolls. If you would have admitted you were trolls, a lot of people would have probably been like, "Oh, fuck you then," why did I try about it? But they admitted that they weren't. So that makes things worse, because now it's making you sound like you're, like, not, like, I don't know, like, being very bigoted, very, like, my opinions are right and yours isn't. Okay. And then I remember they said the Halloween finale, and they're like, "Oh, the people think we're fanboys." Well, if you constantly bash the computer, and they actually made a reference to Metal Gear Solid, which really pissed me off too, because Metal Gear Solid's an amazing game. They bashed on that, saying like, "Oh, I need to do an update or something." I forgot what they said, but again, Metal Gear Solid 4 was amazing, one of the best games. I mean, really. And oh yeah, and then they said, "Oh, people assumed we're fanboys." Well, if you act like that, then yeah, especially when your name's WeLover07 and you're bashing everything else, people are gonna assume you're a fanboy, even though if you're not. And then they say, "Oh, we like other genres of games, like survival horror." Yeah, there's survival horror on the computer too. Just didn't look up anything, I can tell. And then he says, "Oh yeah, PC gamers got pissed off." Yeah, we did. That's why I'm making this video. And then he said, "Oh, I'm pissed off too." Well, okay. Well, why? Because everything that he thinks he said in the last video, he feels that he's right about. If you watch my first video, I will target the 17 minutes of it. I targeted like everything you said was wrong, and I put it in a neutral standpoint, showing that you were pretty much wrong, and that really you should accept it. But he probably won't watch this video anyway, so let's just keep going. Oh, and then they bring up the fact, like, who makes the computer? Is it Panasonic? Is it Sony? Is it Nintendo? Who is it? Okay. 360s. Everything that's inside 360 is not the same for each of them. There's 3 disk drives that I can tell you of. I think they're BenQ, Hitachi, and Philips, I believe. I'm not sure if those are right now, but I know old Xboxes and new Xboxes are the same thing. They have 3 different disk drives. So if you guys think that they're all made the same way, they're not. They're different, a little bit different, but not much. And they said that what's the common factor? They have Windows, pretty much. We have Windows on all our computers to play computer games. Some people use Macs, but Macs are a whole new category by itself. But computers is pretty much the basis for this. So. And then, they made an analogy about PC, about being like shit and stuff. I mean, that's very mature, guys. If you guys want to make a valid point, like, please, like, try to make one that makes sense, or doesn't include, like, fecal matter. I mean, I don't know. So Solitaire is the #1 game on the computer because it was installed on the computer. Okay, Solitaire is the #1 game. So from that, I can say Hexic HD, that was on the 360. Right when you bought the system, it was installed on it. That's the most popular game, right? Right? Yeah, I mean, it's on the console, I mean. He tells off this. He said, there's this one guy, he's like, "Oh, I like your video, I like this guy, but some of your videos are stupid." Yeah. "I like you, but you're a fucking moron." Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good job. For making him feel like he's accepted. And he's talking about in this guy's video, I forgot what the user guy was, but he was saying that he was talking to this guy, and he's like, "Oh, you can't play, like, games that are, like, Doom-free and stuff." And then they say, "Oh, yeah," and then they use that point to further prove that system requirements are BS. Not everyone who buys a computer buys it for gaming purposes. People buy it for schoolwork. Some people buy it for office work. Some people buy it for, like, ease of use, or maybe because it's, like it has everything except, the game factor. But Okay. Like I said, not everyone wants to buy a computer because not everyone wants to play computer games because not everyone's like that. And then they say that computer people play one game for 5 years and we're gamers. So, okay, but yet, so I think that kind of beats the fact, though, that how I can say that everyone who plays a 360 or a PS3 just buys the latest installment of Call of Duty, buys every single sports game, and they call themselves gamers. And it's the same game every year. I mean, there's no... And they bash us for playing the same game for 5 years. That is the same game for 5 years, pretty much. And they buy it again for $60. We don't have to do that. So, yeah. So if you really think that, that playing one game for 5 years doesn't make us a gamer, I think you're very misleaded. And plus, I play more than just one game on my computer. I play a lot of games. I have like over like 70-something games on my Steam account. So if you guys want to bash me for that, fine. WoW is not a game. You're kidding, right? I mean, WoW is like the most successful computer game of like all time. It has like over 12 million people online, and you know it has like, and a lot of people like it, and people are addicted to it. So I can pretty much say that, considering that, I can pretty much say that Wii Sports really wasn't a game. Wii Sports was a tech demo to show what the Wii could do. Right? I'm right. Because, I mean, just because you said that WoW's not a game, I could say Wii Sports is not a game, which is wrong, because WoW's a game, and so is Wii Sports. Wii Sports is a really fun game, actually. It's one of my favorite games on the system, which is cool. So I like Wii Sports, like I said, but whatever. And then he calls PC gaming a business because Koreans farm for gold, like in the tournaments. Like he said, they mentioned Korean guys, and they have tournaments where they constantly farm gold, and so they say that's a business. But isn't video gaming a business with all these machinima Call of Duty montage videos and hi, my name is random 17-year-old guy playing Call of Duty and listen to my opinion. I mean, isn't that like a business too? It is. I mean, same thing. I mean, they get paid. They get paid more than YouTube. They do. Machinima, that's their point. That's why people join it. They get sponsored. And then they get paid money for it. So that's a business right there. I mean, and video game, I mean, that's a business, but yeah, and then I mean, PC gaming is like the same thing, but with like Intel and stuff like that, not like Machinima. He claims to be a hardcore gamer. I'm such a huge hardcore gamer. So he plays Wii, which is the system that a lot of people don't consider hardcore at all. Like Wii games, I would say, I mean, I'm not here to bash the Wii. I like the Wii. However, a lot of games on the Wii are very casual. I think the only hardcore games are the JRPGs that came out for it, including Xenoblade Saga, which is amazing. Last Story and Pandora's Tower, which Last Story isn't out until June in America, and Pandora's Tower I don't think is ever going to come out in this country. So, the 2 out of 3 games that are hardcore are not even out. And then there's like Call of Duty on the Wii, but that has really bad controls considering PC, 360, and PS3 have a lot better controls than everything. So yeah. Pong systems. He says that people would buy Pong, a system, for one game. So he's bashing PC gamers and saying that us playing one game for 5 years is stupid, but yet buying a whole system for one game is okay. Okay. Not to mention that you can also buy Pong on the Atari 2600, or I can download a ROM and play on my computer. I could do that. But, yeah. And then the last point that he makes on this video is the, what's it called? PCs did not have games back then. Wrong. Commodore 64, like Sinclair ZX Spectrum, like Apple II, weren't those like big game computers back then? They were pretty good. too. And they had a lot of games. Like Sinclair's ZX Spectrum, I think, had like a huge library. Like I remember looking at like I think ROMs, and I saw like over 10,000 ROMs. Like whoa, that's a lot of ROMs. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And then, so he's saying that PC didn't have bang, but the stock market, but then the video game market crashed in 1983. I mean, that was like the whole point of the video game crash in 1983. Considering he was alive during that time and I wasn't, he should know that the reason why was because that computer games on the PC had a lot better quality, had better things, and they had like informational, educational stuff. So yeah, it was cool. So yeah, that's pretty much. And then, so I'm just gonna wrap up finally. He calls PC gaming cancer. Okay, so we're gonna take. So I'm gonna take this camera off my tripod right now, and I'm gonna show you that PC gaming is not a cancer, and if anything, someone can say console gaming is a cancer. And we're going to use a perfect example of Modern Warfare 3 and maybe another big blockbuster like Battlefield 3. For sure, Modern Warfare 3. So let's take a look and see what they show on the VG charts. Everybody, I'm back now on VGCharts.com. This is going to show me how many, what's it called? Okay, Call of Duty's. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how these guys say PC as cancer when I can clearly show them that it's not at all. So let's type in Modern Warfare 3. Oh, beautiful. I only type one letter. Sorry if the camera's really shaky. I'm trying to use like, oh god. My sensitivity is way too high too. Okay. Enter. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. I really appreciate it. But it's hard for me to film this with the tripod because I'm so close. Okay, here comes. Pops up. Here it comes. Okay. Okay, now I have both my hands. Okay. Let's look at position. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. 360, PS3, PC, Wii, DS. This is the order and how many games were sold per unit. 360's on the top. PS3 second. PC's third. Let's go look over it to the end. Global, they sold a total of 13.86 million copies on the 360. They sold almost 12 million, or 11.67, on the PS3. PC only has 1.34 million, and the Wii has 0.45 and that. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my calculator, and I'm going to show you how much percentage of all the sales for Modern Warfare 3 were on the computer. So it's going to be interesting. So since there's a total of 2746, we're going to show you. I'm going to show you right now. Okay. So there's 1.34. So let's type that in. 1.34. Sorry if you can't see that. It's the calculator. Okay. We're going to divide that by 27.46. So divide, nope, oops, my bad. 27.46 equals, times that by 100 to get a percentage. Only 4.88, okay, we're going out to 5. Only 5% of all the copies of Modern Warfare 3 were sold on a computer. Now let's compare that to the other numbers, like the 360 ones. So now instead of doing 1.34, I'm going to do 360's numbers. 13.86 divided by 27.46. Times that by 100. 50.47%. So over 50% of all the Call of Duty copies were sold on 360. Now let's do PS3. Same thing. Clear. This will be easier if I do it. That was 11.67. So 11.67 times 100. 43% is sold on the PS3. So 93% of every copy of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was sold on consoles. So if you're trying to say that PC gaming is a cancer, you are mistaken, considering that 50 and 43% is a lot higher than, I would say, 5. Yeah, so that's just irrelevant to everything. And then even makes it worse is that the PC in America only had, oh yeah, we're gonna do the American percentage because I live in America. Only 0.32 million copies were sold, over 14.34. Times that by 100. Sorry if I keep shaking it. In America, only 2.23% was sold on computer. Compare that to 360, 8.61 divided by 14.34. Times it by 100. 60%. 60% of every single copy of Modern Warfare 3 in America was sold on the 360. Now let's do that for the PS3 as well. 5.03 divided by 14. Oh, yeah, 0.34. 35% was sold on the PS3 in America. 360 is really high, 60%. Whereas the PS3 is 35. But then again, look, 95% of every copy of Modern Warfare 3 was sold on, what's it called? The consoles. So saying that PC is a cancer is just wrong. And to even show you a game that was actually originally meant only for the PC, well, it was actually made on the PC for sure, Battlefield 3, I'm going to show you those numbers now. So let me take a breather. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is that Battlefield 3 is the lowest on the PC again. Although these numbers are a little bit more closer together, PC is still going to get dominated. They have to back that card. Can you see what the heck? Why? Okay, they're all 0. So, okay, let's do that. 1.89 divided by 12.87. 15% roughly, 14.88. So 15% of a game that was originally meant only for the PC as actually sold on the console. Compare that to 5.79 divided by 12.7. 46 on the 360. And let's do 5.2 divided by 12. Oh, my bad. Times 100. 41%. So right there, I'm going to say about 86 to 87% was still sold on consoles. That's a lot. 86, I will say. That is a lot of copies. So for anyone who says that PC gaming is a cancer, obviously did not look at their facts or VG charts or anything. So, and then I just want to add one more thing before I end this rant. And then there's this, the one thing I want to put in last is there's this guy named Blake316 who seems like he's a troll. If he's not, then he's just is bad and guilty. But when he was looking on Steam because people were yelling at him, he made all these dick assumptions. He said the Steam thing looks like a penis. And he said that this game called Swords and Soldiers sounds like penises and gay men. Why does he have penis on the mind? Not saying that he's gay or anything. Why is it on his mind? I mean, do you have to make everything sound like a dick? And then he made fun of the game Death Spank, Thongs of Virtue. Death Spank, Thongs of Virtue is also on the 360 and the PS3. I think it was actually released before that. So, again, I just want to support anyone who watches this video, or if you guys really disagree with me on anything, I'll try to make a comment saying like how I could maybe rephrase something better. But this is just my neutral point. And before I end, I want to make you, I just want to show you guys that I do have all these consoles. So let me grab my camera. Sorry about this. Okay, here we go. This is obviously my gaming computer. Even says Republic of Gamers up there. Here's my gaming mouse. Yeah, they say that this isn't for gaming. Well, it is. Keyboard, it has arrows on it so you can figure out what the fuck to do. So, I mean, so they said you can't figure it out. You can't. I mean, that's stupid. Over here, I have my 360. There's my PS3. There's my Wii. There's a Super Nintendo. That's a Dreamcast. Both awesome systems. And the last system, which is over here, is, of course, the 3DS. The only one I don't have is the Vita. I have everything else, but the Vita doesn't really appeal to me right now. So, just want to let you guys know, oh, my bad. Just want to let you guys know that, thanks for watching my video, and, again, like, if you guys disagree with anything with me, just put it in the comments, and I can just maybe rephrase it out or better. And if you guys want to show this to Nintendo himself, then he can try to argue it, but I don't know if he's going to make these biased points again. So thanks for watching, and see you guys soon.